So let's talk about timing. When you read the entire story, the showdown in First Kings 18 of Elijah and the 450 prophets of Baal. I mean, that amazing miracle that made us start calling God the God that answered by fire. The story is so beautiful that we get taken by all the drama inside. And when we are focusing on all that, we miss the process, the beautiful process that took place before the fire came down. There are steps that Elijah took, and I'm going to highlight three, but I'm probably going to do this in a three-part video. So the first one is the timing, the time that Elijah started his own drama. So these people had been calling on Baal from morning up till noon. They were still calling on Baal. Baal hasn't answered. Elijah had teased them. But when it got to the time of the evening sacrifice, and I did some research and I found that it's around that 2, 3 p.m., 3:45 p.m. That's when Elijah now says, "You guys come close. These Baal people, they have done their own. It's time for me to do my own." Now, the thing that is significant about the time is that evening sacrifice had a significance. So it symbolizes purification and reconciliation. So the evening sacrifice was the time to come and make amends with God. And this entire showdown was not because Elijah wanted to show that he had more power or he was stronger than the prophets of Baal. No, this entire showdown was because Elijah wanted to turn the hearts of the people back to God because they had strayed. Israel can astray. They are astrayers. The whole reason why they were doing this was to reconcile them back to God, was to bring them back to a place where their heart knew that God is God. And he said to them, God is God, follow him. And so I'm going to prove to you. So him choosing that time, which was a time of reconciliation, is so significant and important. If we're going to be courageous, if we're going to have faith in God, if we're going to overcome fear, we have to understand that timing is important. Some of us are praying and hoping and believing that God is going to do some certain things, and we are skipping the timing. The thing you are praying about, has it aligned with the Kairos moment that God had prepared for that thing to happen? Has it coincided with the appointed time? I know that faith is now, but now is still a time. There is a time that God has prepared for everything to happen. There is a significant, the miracle you're expecting has a time. And if you don't know and understand that there has to be right timing, you will live in fear and anxiety and worry, and you will doubt what God is telling you because you're thinking, God, why is it not now? No, honey, it's not now because it's not the Kairos moment for that thing to happen. Imagine that Jesus came way earlier. There was a time. There is a time for everything that God had promised you. And if you don't get that right timing, you will live in fear. So what the enemy does is to make us feel impatient, so we can't wait for that time. It's to make us feel like time is running out. Oh, there's not enough time, so that we can begin to doubt God and begin to take laws into our hands. But if you consider that timing is important in the process of how God brings your miracle, you will be more at peace, more at rest, and you will trust God more. So I want to encourage you today. Your prayer should be that I will be in alignment with God's timing for my life. I will not be too fast, too slow. I'll be just on time because that's when everything will begin to fall in place. Now tomorrow we're going to be talking about the part two, the second part of this process that Elijah went through before the fire came down from heaven. Don't forget to read today's devotional and share it with somebody that's probably waiting on God for something amazing to happen. God bless you.